guys, it's me, Dr. Belinda George, and I'm in the dark. So I'm going to wait for a few of you to come in because I'm going to start over with Tucked In Tuesdays, but not any reinventing, just kind of starting over. Um, just because I want the word to get out more. So if you're watching, please share it because I do this out of love. Um, and I just want other people to feel the love. I feel like I'm very grainy tonight. So I'm going to turn on the light for just a second. And I am going to, so I can read the comments. So if you would just share it for now, and I'm going to fix my settings on my phone so that I can share out. So if you're in there, please share this. Okay, let me make it public. And let's see. Give you a few minutes to come in because I didn't advertise it this week because life happens. And so I was a little behind and I was like, didn't post it. But that doesn't mean I get to skip because if one is here, that's loyal. All right. So I have made that public and I am going to put on here, please share. Okay. All right. So welcome to Tucked In Tuesdays. And I'm probably, all right. So here we go. I don't want people to be, because sometimes as adults, we can get discouraged. Like I have 2 people watching. So I'm asking you to share. So oftentimes we feel like, oh, nobody's here, I'll stop. And we need to teach children that even if there's one, that's 100. So please share it. And what I'm saying is I'm going to reintroduce myself as Dr. Belinda George, and I'm going to show a clip, something I don't think I've ever did on Tucked In Tuesdays, maybe when it happened, but not necessarily during. So giving you all a few seconds to come in. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Because I want to show you, and then I'm going to get into reading. So the one that I absolutely love sharing before I start, it's a little lengthy. I'll tell you about it later. But I'm going to share the shortest one that is ever shared so those of you can know. And then I'll tell you about my transition where I am now, get everyone caught up. But this is how it started.
So this is your first year's principal?
Yes.
What inspired you to start reading to your students?
So there's a Facebook group called Principals Leadership, and they have these principals from all around the world that they inspire each other or give each other ideas. So someone was reading to their students. So I thought, it's almost Christmas time. I won't see my scholars. The best way I can see them without being intrusive is to probably read bedtime stories. The problem is my kids won't come every Tuesday or every week, once a week, to come hear me read. So I went Facebook Live, put on onesies so I can bridge that gap, and called it Tucked In Tuesdays.
Wow. Have you seen any academic growth with your students since you started reading to them?
They're starting to walk around with chapter books, and also I have a few that are actually writing their own books.
Wow. That's pretty good. What you're doing is great work in Beaumont. You're changing kids' lives. You're making an impression on them. They told me that you were helping with uniforms for the kids.
Oh, my husband was there one morning because I greet the kids when they get off the bus. So he said, why are pants so short? And I said, well, they don't go shopping for themselves. They don't have jobs. And he said, so how much is a uniform? And I said, I guess you could buy one about $12. So he's retired. So he started calling some friends and telling them I need $100, $50. So he got $1,500, and he got 44 scholars, 2 uniforms apiece.
How many kids at the school?
672.
And how much do you need to buy all them uniforms?
They all have to wear uniforms, and they all don't. And I don't have kids. So these kids, I don't have any biological.
So how many kids ain't got uniforms?
About half.
All right. I'm going to buy all the kids in school uniforms, the whole school. Not 300. All 600 of them. We're going to buy all. No, it's all right. Yeah. No, don't cry. Oh, just a little money. I got 7,200. No. That's just $7,200.
That they don't have, that we don't have.
I get them all uniform. That's $7,200.
I don't know if I wasn't supposed to hug you. I'm sorry, Margie.
No, Margie don't care nothing about that. Hell. No, your husband right there. Hell, I was looking at him the whole time. You worried about Margie, I'm worried about Don ass. And let me tell you something else we're going to do for y'all, since your commitment to the students has been such an inspiration. That's why we reached out to our friends over at Stash app. That's a financial service app that helps millions of Americans learn how to save and invest in their futures. And they heard how you were investing so much of your time and energy to supply your students with essentials like uniforms and school supplies, which is why Stash wants to help you out by giving you $5,000. Wow. This woman right here care about them kids, man. That's real. Belinda, thank you for doing what you do for all of these young people. Keep being an inspiration to these young people. Hey, folks, this is a real deal right here. We'll be right back, y'all.
So I wanted to reintroduce myself because I got a lot of followers. And so I wanted to be really intent. Oh, look, it's my daughter, Pandora. Hi, Pandora. It's my daughter. I have them all ages. She might be the oldest yet. Hi, Pandora. Thanks for joining. So I wanted you all to see that video, not to bring up that I was on Steve Harvey, but a little history. So as you all know, I'm not a principal anymore, but I'm still an educator. I still do financial literacy for Gulf Credit Union out in the community, and I still do things in Beaumont ISD. That will always be, those kids will always be near and dear to my heart. So every kid in every area is near and dear to my heart. So now I'm just in a different area, financial literacy, but still reaching children. I just wanted to put that out there, kind of, because some people think that I'm an educator. So normally I put the book that I'm reading, but I thought about something a little bit different tonight. So I get books donated all the time and also buy books. One of the companies, it used to be Usborne, but now it's let me tell you, it is Paper Pie brand. So you might have heard me talk about Nibbles. I read a book about Nibbles, maybe one of the first books I read. Okay. So she was here at a junior league event, and I brought these books. So there are a couple of books I want to share, and I hope Kelly Petros is on here. Here is her information, and I'll put it in the comments. You can get these at Cajun, spelled with a K, bookworms.com. Just wanted to put that out there so you all know. Put those comments so I know who's watching. So I picked several books. Now, this book is especially my favorite. There are several in this series right here. And so even though I showed you Nibbles, I'm going to read one of these books first. So this one is At the Library. This one is The Human Body. And you immediately go, oh, that's boring. But it's not, because guess what? You read it in the dark. So here we go. Don't forget to share. So the book, tell me if you want to hear about the library or the human body. Go ahead and put that in the comments. And while you're putting in at the comments, and I'll probably take the first two that you say, I'll probably take that person's. So thank you, Henrietta. You're an inspiration to me as well. Don't make me cry every time I look at this woman. She is the face of literacy in Beaumont ISD, in Beaumont, period. And so I have my niece. Good evening, my sweet little niece. And I hope Ajerica is watching. And I sent your Christmas present. I'm so late, Ajerica, but I hope you have it. Pandora said the library. I'm shocked, Pandora. I didn't think you would go for the library. So since she tuned in first, and some of you are a little delayed, let me go ahead and put the information in there for her so you can order these books because a lot of you support these authors. All right, and you can find Cajun Bookworms. You can put that in, Cajun Bookworm. And oh, it's worms. Hold on, let me fix that. That's with an S. So let me fix that because I don't want to give out bad info. And thank y'all for your patience and just watching the video and sharing it. It gets the word around and it helps kids and some adults, as I've told you many times. So here we go. All right, Pandora. I love these comments. Y'all gonna make me cry. All right, because sometimes it's just me and Melvin, but I'm gonna read. My mom's an educator, so why wouldn't I? Oh, Pandora, you're so sweet. Good evening, hi Barry from Canada. I love to see you pop up. And Regina, hi, how are you? Good evening to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. So we're gonna do the library. Now let me tell you what's so cool about this book. At the library, there's a series called Shine a Light Books, and you can only get them from these people. Let me get closer to the screen because I'm so excited. Okay, so it looks like any other book. So let's go. I have rights to read this from Cajun Bookworms and Kane Miller. It's the publishing company. All right. At the Library by Heather Alexander, it's the author, and illustrated by IPEC Konak. Okay, so hi, how are you from Denton? It's been a long time. So this is called the binding of the book, the front and the back. So let's look at the cover and the back. So let's look at it. So I'm so excited. So let me tell you, let me read. Share it. Get your grandkids, nieces, nephews, your uncle, your husband, your girlfriend, everybody share it. A library is a place filled with stories and information. There's probably a library in or near your town. Have you ever been to a library? Shine a flashlight behind the page. I got my flashlight. Shine a flashlight behind the page or hold it up to the light to see what's happening at the library. Discover a world of great surprises. A library is a place that helps you learn. Inside the library, there are lots of books. Libraries are free and everyone is welcome. A man is reading the paper. Who else is using the library today? So you get this picture, right? So I take my flashlight and I put it behind to see if there's anything special hiding. And I do. Look. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can reveal it. You see the little boy? Hold on. Let me turn on my light. It's got to happen. All right. Am I having too much light? My day ones, bear with me. My new people, bear with me. Hi, April. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Hi, Aunt Joanne. How are you? So let's see if we can make this work. All right. You can tell I don't rehearse these things. So this little picture, this little kid, there, you see him? So he's not there if you don't have a flashlight. If you have a flashlight, and you put it under him. Let me do. And I put it under him. Let me see if I can turn off the light. Let's see. There he is. You see him? You couldn't see him. Okay? It's true with me tonight. Oh, thank you, Andre. So here we go. A boy is studying for a test. A mother is reading to her baby. They are all enjoying the library. If you were in the library and you had a question, what would you ask? The librarians know all about the library and will help you find a good book or information you need. Whom is the librarian helping? So let's see what we can find. Here's a little boy we saw behind the light. There he is, because the page has to be dark for him to show. So that's who we were seeing with the light. So we got to see who the librarian is helping. So of course we can turn the page, but I see the little boy. You see the little boy? Maybe the light is too bright. Let me do this. Do you see him now? There he is. You see his whole little body? Cool, right? I turn the page. He's in the dark. That's why we're able to see him. And it says an avid reader. He wants to take some books home. He hands over his library card so that the librarian can scan the books and check them out for him. This library has several rules. No food or drinks, no writing or coloring in the books. Don't make a mess. There's one more very important rule. So we got to find the rule. So we look around and I'm looking. Where do I think it's going to be? I found it. Look at this. Hold on. Let's see if you can see it. You see the, hold on, let me do it this way. You see the little, do you see? Oh, this is horrible. Okay. Let me do this because I think this is the problem. Just 1 second, people. Let me look at the settings. Let me turn down the lighting. Let's see if that'll work. Display settings. And we're going to turn down the brightness. All right. So I think I fixed it. All right. So I put the light. That light's too bright. Y'all are so patient with me. You see those 3 kids? Hi, True. Oh, it's True with me tonight. Right? Hi, True. How are you? So let's keep reading. No loud talking or making noise. Visitors to the library should be quiet and respectful. Many people use the library to study or do work. In libraries, fiction books are organized alphabetically by the author's last name. Notification books are numbered and are part of the Dewey Decimal Classification System. Let me just tell you something. Some of you was before your time. It did work. Thanks, Jules. Do you know the difference between fiction and nonfiction? So I have the book. The key is to read the book in the dark. So here's the book. And True, Jerica, all of you that are watching, put those kids' names so I can say their name. Let's see. Let's search. A little here. There's a little, you see it in the back? There's a little astrology. This is a dragon in that book. And in this book, it looks like astrology. So let's see. Fiction is made up. It comes from the author's imagination. Notification, nonfiction, is information that is true. It can be about people's lives or an event that really happened. You can have a lot of fun at the library. It's not always a quiet place. Sometimes libraries have special shows. What's behind the curtain? So here we have the curtain right here. Let's see what's behind the curtain. Look, there's a rabbit, there's a tiger, an alligator, and a giraffe. So sock puppets. So when we turn the page, it says puppets are behind the curtain. Snap. These children are watching a puppet show. So that's what they were actually watching, a puppet show. It's story time at the library, and one girl has brought a special friend. He's quiet, very soft, and loves bedtime stories. Who is he? Let's see if we can find the friend. So this is the page that we see right here. So let's see if we can see the friend who's very quiet. So let's see if we can find him. So looking around, I found him. Do you see him? He's a little teddy bear. Her teddy bear. Some libraries have special areas just for children with comfortable seats, cushions, and toys. Children can play with the library toys or bring their own along. And there's Teddy. There's a long line of people waiting in this library. What are they waiting for? So we see the line. You see the line of people? Let's see what they're all in line for. Let's see. Here we go. Somebody's signing a book. They're waiting to have their own book signed by the author. Some libraries organize book signings. Authors sign the books and often read a few pages for their fans. And that's that. And last couple of weeks, if you've been following, you saw Dallas Tales. She had a signing. In a library, you borrow books and return them a little while later. Some libraries have self-checkout machines for borrowers to use. How does this girl use the machine, and how many books is she borrowing? So we have this girl. So let's see. Let's find her. Here we go. I think I see what I'm supposed to see down here. Can you see what I see? Because there's nothing there. when I put the light, something appears. Do you see it? It's 2 books in the slide. And it says she was borrowing 2 books today. She uses a scanner to scan her card. Then she scans her books. At the end, a receipt is printed out that tells her when to bring back her books. Now she can enjoy them. The girl comes back to the library 1 week later. She drops her books in the return slot and the wall. Well, where do the books go? So let's see. We have them. So let's see. Can you see? So when you're dropping your library books off, do you see that they go in a box that looks like this, but you don't get to see it? That's the box. I didn't know that either. All the books land in bins like this one. Swoosh. Later, a librarian or a library helper will put them back on the shelves. Life is full of questions, but where can you go for answers? A library is the perfect place. It can help you learn all sorts of things. So what is the boy looking for? So we have this picture. Let's see what he's trying to learn about. Do you see that? You see the globe? The world. There are globes, computers, dictionaries, atlases, newspapers, and much more in a library. Many of you have never seen a globe, but this is a globe. Do you know which animal has the largest eyes or how many bones there are in a human body? These children are using library computers to find the answers. Do you know what they are? So there's the book. So let's put the, there's a squid and a skeleton, but you can't see it unless you have a flashlight. So let's see. The giant squid has the largest eyes. This is what you saw. Has the largest eyes. The adult human body has 206 bones. I'm going to ask you that at the end. 206 bones. Remember that. Don't put the answer in the chat. This library has brought in a surprise guest. The children will be able to read to him after story time, but he seems to be hiding. Can you spot him? So I'm going to help you with my flashlight to look. I see him. It's a dog. And you were right. It's a dog. There he is. He's hiding under the rug. Some libraries bring in dogs like this one to encourage children to read out loud and build their confidence. What if a family lives very far away from a library? Some libraries have a special truck called a bookmobile, which can be driven to these places. Can you see what's inside? So we have the bus, like BISD has a roar bus, right? But you would see it coming. But we're going to use the flashlight here to see if we can see who's on the, can you see all their books? You see their books in there? How cool is that? You see the books, you see the kids. You see it? Pretty cool. There are toys, movies, and lots of books, of course. So there's the mobile bus. The Library of Congress, which I actually got to see in Washington, D.C., is the largest library in the world. This library has some very special items and collections. What do you think these children are looking at? So if they're there, let's see. Shine a flashlight. There's paper, receipt. They're looking at 2 of the Library of Congress's special items. You see them? The palm print here is of Amelia Earhart. She was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Thomas Jefferson's vanilla ice cream recipe. He was the 3rd president of the United States. Not all libraries are big. A family has built a small wooden box and placed it outside their house. I know there's one on Magnolia. There's one at Homer Drive. There's several around. Let's see. Tell me if you've seen this in your neighborhood or anywhere. A little box, but inside, look what's inside. There are books inside the box. Take a book, leave a book is how it works. When you take a book, you're asked to leave one of your own. So there's always a book for the next person to read. This book is almost done. What will you read next? A fiction book? Or how about a book about planes and trains? Visit the library and find more great books. So let's see what else they have. Let's see. I see it looks like I'm at the end of the book because you can't see anything through it. So I think we're done. We are. Let me turn on the light. So there's lots of neat facts at the bottom. There's more, a couple of things. Libraries around the world contain some of the most special and unique books. Let me tell you about a few. Old King Cole is the smallest book in the Library of Congress. It's about the same size at the period at the end of a sentence. So right here, that's how big that book is. I have to use a magnifying glass. I actually have a lending library in my yard. Well, that's what it's called. Thank you, Miss. And so fitting, of course. Then there's Winnie the Pooh, the real stuffed bear that inspired the author A.E. Milne to write his famous stories, is housed at the New York Public Library. So if you're in New York, you can go there. The Mark Twain Project, there's many libraries and organizations that have digital libraries that people can access. BOMA does. The University of California, Berkeley has a digital library of the writer Mark Twain's personal letters, notes, and photographs that people can read and look at for free. Magic Collection at Princeton University Library has a special collection all about magic. It's made up of books, photographs, scrapbooks. Many of the books are very old and rare. When I was a little kid, David Copperfield, loved him. Now we have the contents of Abraham Lincoln's pockets are at the Library of Congress. And it's the things in his pocket the day he died or was assassinated. Is his handkerchief with his name stitched in red, a pocket knife, and 2 pairs of glasses. Then in Klinke Atlas, I think that's how you say it, it's the smallest atlas in the world. It's measuring 5 feet, 9 inches high. Oh, it's the largest. 5 feet, 9 inches high and 6 feet, 3 inches wide. It belongs to the British Library in London, UK. Snow Globe Collection. A library at the University of Cincinnati holds a vast collection of striking snow globes displayed around the library for visitors to enjoy. Eyeballs. At Duke University in North Carolina, they have a gruesome medical collection, including a range of prosthetic glass eyeballs that students and researchers can inspect. Then the Seed Library is at the Vancouver Public Library in Vancouver, Canada, has a seed library where visitors can take, donate, and trade seeds to grow in their gardens. So I absolutely love those neat facts. Guys, remember, this is a book that you can buy. I put the last link that I put. You can get the book there. I always read until 8 o'clock, but I'm going to end with a little funny. And then we're going to have more of these books. So Jokes That Go. And this is dedicated to 2 of my really, really good friends. And we do dad jokes all the time. And they'll probably see this later and go, oh my goodness, but this is dedicated to them. So let me get this right. Just a second. Jamie and Letha, this is for you. Okay, they have Jokes That Go. This is by Flower Pot Press. I'll read you a few jokes just to kind of ease down. What happened to the frog's car? It was towed. What do you call a train that keeps sneezing? A choo-choo train. What did the bicycle do? Why did the bicycle want to take a nap? It was too tired. What do you say to a rabbit who needs a ride? Hop in. What is the difference between a goat and a car? A car only has 1 horn. Why did the tree sell the car? It wouldn't go. I know. Catch your breath. What does a truck eat in the morning? Breakfast. Breakfast. Get it? I know. What kind of car does a chicken drive? A coupe. They have a coupe. A coupe. Coupe they stay in. Why did the semi truck's tire pop? There was a fork in the road. Explain this to your kids later. What kind of a truck has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. I've outdid myself tonight, guys. Thank you for joining and thank you for all of the shares. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be coming back next week and I will be reading Nibbles, the bedtime book. So Nibbles comes with an animal. You can buy it at thecajunbookworms.com. So if you want to get it and read along, please do. Ava, Ari, and Pop Top, I missed you guys. Jonah, I missed you guys this week. Riley, Gabe, Lennox, I missed you guys. If nobody else tells you Dr. George loves you, I'll see you next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Good night.